Hey guys, it's Sam, and it is the end of 2018. When did that happen? I guess it happened now. That's when it happened, but it's still weird, right? Like, I'm not the only one. This year went by so fast. You guys remember the airplanes? That's still going on at least. So yes, the end of the year marks my annual year in review, where I go over most all of the artworks that I made in that year. So without further ado, let's go see what I drew. That kind of rhymed a little bit. Alright, so here it is. All of the artwork that I've made, well, most all of the artwork that I've made in 2018. And I say most because, let's be real, I'm not going to include every single thing that I did. There's just too much. But I pulled most everything from Twitter and I just shoved it all in this video because I shared most everything that I drew this year on Twitter. So if you missed anything or if you want to see some more artwork from me, definitely go follow me on Twitter. But yeah, this year, goodness, this year was the year of watercolor. That's the word that I would use if I had to describe this year in one word. Would definitely be watercolor. I did a lot of sketching, I did a lot of studies, I did a lot of watercolor, and if you guys follow me on Twitch, you're probably sick of watercolor by now because most all of my streams this year have been watercolor. But it has been an awesome journey, and I really appreciate everybody who's made it out to my Twitch streams or who's been really supportive of me because I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm not 100% new to this medium, but I'm basically 100% new to this medium. And it's just really cool to start from like such a elementary level of knowledge with this medium and just play around and see what happens. I've been trying out different paper, I've been trying out different techniques, I've been trying to draw and paint a whole bunch of different subjects, and you guys have just been cheering me on nonstop, and I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's been quite a wonderful journey, and I really want to keep going forward with watercolor. I really find it really fun and interesting. It's a good challenge, and I also want to maybe try acrylics next year. Now that I've kind of gotten more of a hang of watercolor, I feel more confident with it. So maybe next year we can do acrylic paint. I don't know. I don't want to say anything yet. But as far as New Year's resolutions went, for my 2018 resolutions, didn't exactly make all of them, not surprising, but they were good motivators and they were good reminders of things that I wanted to do and things that I wanted to try out or accomplish or, I don't know, experiment with. So one of them was just to draw and sketch every day. That didn't happen, but that's not surprising. But to be fair, you know, I did draw most every day, and even some days I drew more than once. So hey, if we average it all out, I probably did draw technically every single day. And then another thing was to play around more with perspective. And then I wanted to plein air more often. But I did start my comic. So, you know, that's something that's exciting. I promised you guys 5 pages. I made a promise to Barry, good old Barry Zem, Mama Barry, Baby Barry, Mama Baby Barry. Promised 5 pages. And as of recording this audio, I have delivered 11. So more than double on that. I think I did pretty good. And if you guys want to know more about my comic, I know I never really talk about it, but you can go check it out on Patreon or follow me on Twitch because Fridays are Comic Fridays over on my Twitch channel. And so I did all that. There was some productivity. I did do some plein air. Let's be real. I did like 1 or 2 plein airs. That sounds so depressing. Next year I definitely need to do more plein air, but let's keep going with the whole this year thing. So basically this year, just watercolor. I really wanted to try and figure it out, and I ended up putting together an art book. So yeah, for those of you guys who didn't already hear about it, I did put together an art book of not all of my watercolor paintings, but at the time it was all of my watercolor paintings. I don't know, that was really cool. That's the first art book I've ever published before. So if you guys are ever interested in an art book of mine, you can check it out, link in the description. Shameless self-promotion. So definitely digital art took a little bit of a backseat, especially towards in the early beginner part of this year, and I started to get a little bit more back into digital art, but I didn't really do that many sort of big finished stuff this year, like a big large painting. I did a couple traditional pieces that were like semi-big for me. And then I did like a handful of digital ones that were kind of like more bigger polished stuff, but that was it. It was really a lot of sketching and studies, which I don't think is a bad thing. I think it was good to kind of take a step back and just kind of bleh, you know, like not really care, just kind of do whatever and have fun with it. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I want to try and see if I can do more of a balance next year if possible. I guess we can talk about some 2019 resolutions since I'm already kind of getting on the subject anyway. Which is like one, as per usual, I'm going to tell myself, oh, draw something every day, and I know I'm not going to do it, but I want to say it anyway, just because I feel like it's just a little back in the mind reminder, and there's no pressure for me to do it anyway. And I don't think it's fun when you like make resolutions and then you get upset when you don't complete them, because then it's like you have all this stress and this anxiety and this pressure to get it done and to do it perfectly, and then there's planes flying by and you just don't know what to do, and then you hate yourself, and it's like, I don't want to experience that. All right, I want to just tell myself it's okay if I quote unquote fail, which I don't think it's a failure if you don't meet your resolution. This is a whole other conversation. I'm sorry. This is an art video, Sam. All right, get on topic. Okay, so one drawing, one art thing per day, like regardless of how big or small it is. Don't think I'm going to make it, but I want to say it anyway. I do want to go and push myself more with perspective still. Like I did such a small amount this year. Like it was there. I did a little bit, but I just want to have it there too, just as a reminder of like, I just want to keep going with it. It's still on my to-do list. And then plein air, definitely more plein air. Like, oh my gosh, it's something that I enjoy every single time I do it, and yet I don't go and do it. So it's like, come on, Sam. Come on, like, let's go. Like, just, I could like walk out the back door and just do something outside. Just like go outside, even if it's like on the porch or whatever. Like, I should be able to do that. So that's going on my list again for next year. And of course, continue working on my comic. I'm going to go ahead and promise you guys at least another 5 pages. So look forward to at least 5 more pages next year. That's going to be exciting. Can we make it to 20 pages this year? Oh, also, this penguin that just showed up for like 2 seconds. Let me talk about that really quick. That was needle felting. That was my first time doing needle felting. And it was from a kit that I bought at Daiso. And I have 2 other kits. One of them is actually a Halloween related one, so I'm a little late on doing that one. But then I also have one that's like a little pupper, and I'm really excited about doing that. So they take forever and I haven't had time. I've been like doing end of the year stuff. I had the JLPT, okay? Give me a break. Which, by the way, if you guys didn't know, yeah, I took the JLPT. Don't think I passed, but that's fine. I'm good with that. Anyway, 2019 resolutions. So, I'd like to do a lot more studies. Like, I've collected a lot of tutorials over the years, and one of the things that I've been trying to sort of spout more often is like, don't just collect tutorials, like do them. And I do sometimes do the tutorials that I have, but I mostly don't, so I mostly fall into that trap. So I want to try and actually do some of the tutorials that I've collected. So that's a thing on my to-do list as well, and I'm kind of actually looking forward to doing that, because it's like all these tutorials I've been excited about doing, but I haven't been doing them. So yeah, so that might also pop up on Twitch streams, so keep an eye out for that. I don't even know what's going to go on Twitch next year. It's probably going to be more random stuff as per usual. Every single stream you guys come to, it's like, oh, I guess we're doing this today. Nobody told us that, but okay. I'm so sorry. I can't do one thing. I have to be really random and jump around a lot. And I also forgot to mention that the little thing that you saw just now of like the whole bunch of pictures on the screen, that was some 30-minute artwork. There was a couple of those throughout this video. Those are 30 minutes each. Most of those were part of 30 Min Mun, a project that Barry Zem and I started and kind of unfortunately had to end this year. It's just a sort of challenge open to everybody to try and create artwork in 30 minutes, and I have a video on it if you guys want to go check it out. The project is still up and available, but we just haven't had time to really focus on it anymore. But who knows, maybe next year I might post 1 or 2 things to it. I don't know. Don't get your hopes up. I'm so scatterbrained right now. I can't even think about anything. Oh, and Crayola. That's another thing. I would like to do more with Crayola. Crayola markers specifically, because I started doing that a little bit towards the end of this year, I think starting around October. And oh my gosh, has this been the funnest thing ever. So I definitely want to do more with Crayola, so definitely look forward to that. If you guys have any suggestions or just ideas you want to see me do Crayola with, let me know, and maybe I'll do something. But I've been really trying to challenge myself with it because it's just way too much fun. It's so simple and you don't have to think that hard. Like there's just 10 colors. And it's like, oh, this is so relaxing. Like, you don't have to look at all your Copic colors and be like, what do I do? You just look at the 10 pack and you're like, oh, I need yellow. Like, it's so easy. Anyway, I'll gush about that later. But yeah, so anyway, those are my goals. Try and do art every day. Perspective, plein air, my comic. Do a lot more of my tutorials that I've collected. I'd like to keep doing watercolor. Maybe I'll start acrylic. I have no idea what's going to happen, but I think that's part of the fun, right? So being spontaneous and stuff. Anyway, that's the video. So thank you guys so much for sticking through it. Feel free to let me know how your 2018 went in the comments down below, along with any of your 2019 resolutions if you do that. I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah. I know I'm late, but just deal with me here. Hope you guys have a Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, Happy all the things, Happy days, Happy New Year, and yeah, go drink some water and go chillax. Go give yourself a hug and things like that. Self-care, really important. All right, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next year. Bye!